I wouldn't say that there was a key moment or experience. It's something that developed through time. So basically, at first I already looked at it during my studies, but then during my work in consulting, as I was saying, I did 5 years in consulting. I had the opportunity to work on very different projects. And I realized that the work of the actuary requires an understanding of the line, so qualitative knowledge about how the world works and how things happen, an understanding of the law, of society, of the purpose of the insurance and our responsibilities, as well as the quantitative component. So to be honest, at the beginning, I would have thought it to be a more quantitative work. There is a very big quantitative component, but there are a lot of qualitative challenges, because when you're looking at the future, you don't always have data. Like, how are you going to have data about cyber threats when cyber threats are changing every day and they're completely different looking forward? So a lot of the job of the actuary, especially for the most interesting lines, for where you can be the most creative and where you can really contribute the most, those are qualitative, and they require you to interact with other people, to understand the world, and to have an open ear. It changed wildly. I mean, if you think about it, maybe I'm not the right person to answer it because I am only working since less than 10 years, but 40 years ago, I mean, we would still work on paper. Actuaries would still largely work on paper. And now basically I can talk to a document, right? Through a large language model, I can just submit a document and ask questions about different paragraphs and be pointed to the right point. So the differences are huge. Already in my lifetime, as I said, that's not a very long working period, but I have seen those very big changes. And this improves our efficiency and really improves the quality of our work. Creativity is fundamental as an actuary. Maybe less so for routine tasks, and there is an amount of those, but there are constantly new challenges, right? The world of risks keeps evolving. Like we have cyber threats, we have new regulation. For example, in 2022, there was a new regulation from Switzerland that doesn't allow insurers to cancel additional health policies. Well, this changes the risk perspective of those policies, and this has to be accounted for in our models. It's not always obvious how this could be done. You don't always have data. Different insurers have different amounts of different data. Every challenge is different, and one has to be creative to come up with an approach that works. So, yeah, hard question. There is plenty of things that fascinate me. For sure, I'm fascinated by the need to forecast the future. That's always been fun for me. The future is stochastic by nature. I don't know what's going to happen, but I have to come up with a distribution, and this to me is a lot of fun. Together with that, how I come up with this distribution, there is a very strange combination of qualitative and quantitative. It's not always clear how to do it. And this requires creativity, because you don't know what the future is going to be like. So this I would say are the main drivers. Maybe one more thing. The social aspect is also very important for me. I'm a bit biased. I'm going to say statistics, which was my path. But I really think that an understanding of statistics, or well, more broadly math, is fundamental in order to be able to do a good job as an actuary. Of course, there are a lot of other components. It's not sufficient, but the others are easier to develop by the side or also during your work. Whilst the fundamental mathematical skills that need to be at the base of your reasoning, they really require focus, and I think that's a good way to use your bachelor's.